ル。落ち着いて聞け。ロイドとタリアが俺たちを裏切りやがった。
Yes, yes, yes. Have you guys ever seen the movie Sucker Punch? Well, the end of this episode, the first episode, the premiere of the most notorious talker runs the world's greatest clan was excellent. And if you guys have ever seen the movie, or if you have, seen the movie Sucker Punch, then you'll know what I reference. The end of this episode, the ED, like the slow moving, like gun, the musical score is just like the movie Sucker Punch. That's one of my favorite movies of all time. Not like top 3, top 5, but like maybe like top 10, top 20 movies of all time. I love that movie. I think it's just such a unique movie. And this really gave me those Sucker Punch vibes. Not because of the plot or like the story elements, just that ED alone really captured those vibes and made me really smile. Because that's a movie that I really think about when I was like, okay, I see what's going on here. So, fall 2024 has been a season of a little bit of disappointment so far in premieres. But I do think this is a standout... How do you say it? This is a standout anime among them so far of what has premiered, based on the fact that this isn't one that's going to win rewards. It's not going to win awards. It's not going to, the creator isn't going to stand up on like the anime stage and be like this and this Grammy for and this Academy Award for it. They're not going to win any awards by this. This will end up being probably like a 7 or 8 out of 10 anime, but it's going to be one of the higher tier, I think, anime based on episode 1. This one, I like. I think it wasn't exactly the best delivery in the world of conveyance of trying to convey the story and stuff. I don't think they did the best. I do think it was a little messy, and a couple of moments were a little bit boring in between. But as a whole, kind of like the plot that they have built, the storyline that they have built is very interesting. It's very interesting to me. And it might be to you too, and I guess you can make that determination. So should you watch it? My vote is going to be yes. I think this is going to be out of a long list of anime, and if you remove the returning anime and we just look at the brand new anime, I think this will be like top 3 ones that are worth our time. So should you watch it? My answer is yes. But the elements that I'm going to go over have to interest you. So first off, you have this kid, Noel, and he is gorgeous. There's no lying about it. This guy is a beautiful dude, okay? He is a beautiful specimen of man. And he witnesses his grandpapa. He witnesses his papa, Mr. Brandon Stolen or whatever, who is over death. He is one of the world's most renowned seekers. And seekers are just another way to say, adventure or treasure hunters. These are people who specialize in treasure hunting for the government and for themselves. It's a government-funded thing. They're basically really high-quality adventurers, but they basically get renown and fame and everything through, working with the government and kind of splitting spoils and stuff. So his grandpa was one of the most renowned seekers, and he's had an ambition to be one of these seekers, ever since he was a kid as well, too. Well, he ended up getting a job. It doesn't show us that, so that there's kind of one of those plot holes. It doesn't quite show us when or how he got the job, but he was bestowed a skill, and he's bestowed that of a talker. Basically, he's a glorified support. So he's someone in the back that gives buffs and gives chances to his team. He is a educated mastermind. He basically tells people what to do, where to go, and he gives them buffs and support in doing so, which is a really cool job. But for some reason in this world, it's kind of looked down upon a bit. And it's mostly because you have the meatheads who are, in the front of the lines and stuff. People really understand what a healer's job is to heal. And then you have support with just buffs, which just seems like a misunderstood necessary role. So he ends up being this talker, as they call it, which is just a support system. And he finds a party. He does really well at it and stuff. And essentially, his goal is to be a renowned seeker as well. So what he wants to do is he wants to build a clan. And, unlike a party of adventurers who kind of find remedial jobs and they get what they get, when you're a clan, you're seeked out by the government. So before it gets into the hands of the people who distribute it, it goes to their clans first. And if they don't want it, if they pass on it, then it goes to the next set. So he wants to set up a clan, and he wants to do so with his buddies. And it costs a lot to set up a clan. So it's a lot of upfront capital, but then the gains from it are immense. So he gets his party together, and he talks to them about, excuse me, guys. He talks to them about, we're going to do this clan. We're going to do everything. He gets everybody on board. And the end of the episode ends with the twist with him and his meathead buddy getting effed over. And these other two people, it's not known that they dip out with his portion of the money, but the outside of the money he was going to front, they dip out with the money. And they dip out with the plan. So now they're leaving, two dudes dick in their hands, not knowing what the F to do. And that's where the episode ends. I was like, okay, that's a good cliffhanger, because it drummed my interest all the way up. It got me interested in the character. It got me interested in where this could go with the clan stuff. It got me interested, okay, we're going to have to do some recruiting. It got me interested with the government stuff. I was like, okay, I'm all in. And then it provided me this twist at the end where it's like, hey, no, we got screwed over. And his meathead buddy comes in and is like, dude, like, what are we going to do? Blah, 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 blah. And now this is going to be the start of his re-journey, or a new journey now into his goals are still the same. But now he has to get one over on all these other people and figure it out with his buddy Walter, probably, of how he's going to end up doing it. So I think it's just really interesting. I love the content. I love the meat, but I like the meat on the bones. You know what I mean? I like everything else. Now, do I think that the actual, animation was good? It was okay. Do I think that the actual, action was good? It was okay. Do I like Noel, though, as a character, and I think that goes a long way, is okay, the main character resonated with me. Maybe not because of some of his ideals and stuff, but he's like the skinny boy at school who, the big dude tried to punk, but he wouldn't let himself be punked. That's how it reminds me. I was like, okay, that wasn't me, but I can resonate with somebody like that. And I like how he has a big lip, big mouth, talks a big game. I like all of that, and he has some serious goals and aspirations that he's going to be bullish about getting it. So I like everything about this episode so far. I would go as far as to say the first episode, 8 out of 10. I think that you can find some flaws in it. I think there was moments of boredom. There's maybe a couple plot holes, and they just remain to be filled. They're not necessarily ones that we probably won't get the information for. I think we will get the information for. It's a matter of when. So I think there was a couple of things how does one get their powers? Why are Seekers so renowned? Why Seekers versus adventurers? What is what's the top echelon? Why is the government involved? Is it a kingdom? There's a lot of things that maybe, let's not call it plot holes. There's a lot of just gaps that remain to be filled, but I do think they will be filled. So episode 1 made me confident enough. Should you watch it? I say yes. Ultimately, if you didn't like it, you were bored by it, it didn't resonate with you, you don't like the main character, obviously your answer is no. But I think if you have similar feelings to me, I think that yes, we watch it. So I think I'm going to be here all season long. This one made it top of my list, and I love that ending. The ending was so good. So I'll leave you guys on those thoughts. The Most Notorious Talker, 8 out of 10. Fantastic episode 1. Can't wait to see more. I'll see you guys next week for episode 2. Peace out, my friends.